Look at that ass whooping. You see the muscles in this nigga's neck? Now, what if I told you that this nigga, Tyron Woodley, future UFC Hall of Famer, is going to lose in a fight to, well, him?
This is the day our lives change forever.
Excuse me, brother. Miss Parker! Miss Parker! Can I talk to you for a minute, Miss Parker?
We be letting you know, evil lurks.
You ever illegally stream some shit and still want to try and figure out how to get a refund? This Tyron Woodley Jake Paul fight was one of them moments for me. I mean, I really spent like 10, 15 minutes like convincing myself of a story that I could tell my internet provider of why my data was stolen by the Russians, so I needed my little piece of data back. Like, I was legitimately that disappointed in this damn fight. Alright, so what killed me about it is I had more than a few issues and complaints. The first one is MMA and boxing, two completely different sports. It's as if you were to put Venus and Serena Williams up against, I don't know any professional table tennis players, so we'll go with Forrest Gump, right? Forrest Gump was a badass in that movie. He was knocking the motherfuckers back, right? If you put Forrest Gump up against Venus and Serena Williams in table tennis, 9 times out of 10, Forrest Gump is gonna win because the sport doesn't translate. Just like if you was to put Forrest Gump on an actual tennis court, he's going to get handled by Venus and Serena Williams. Why? Because it's the same sport, right? No. You have smaller paddles, right? Paddle versus a racket. You have a smaller area of play, and there's going to be different techniques and things used to make the game different, but essentially it's the same sport. So boxing and MMA going to be completely different things. With MMA, you have to be worried about takedowns, kicks, knees, elbows. It's just a different dynamic as opposed to boxing, which is called the sweet science. It's a sweet science for a reason. So now with that understanding, you can look in Tyron Woodley and see that he has knockout power. He has the ability to throw hands in the MMA ring, right? In the cage. Doesn't translate to boxing. So in my opinion, I think he was ill prepared to get in the ring with Jake Paul. Jake Paul has only done boxing, right? Jake Paul has trained his ass off for the last couple of years in order to get himself into a pro organization and then fight Tyron Woodley. Now, had Tyron Woodley actually taken this serious, because I don't believe he took this shit seriously, I don't believe he actually looked at this man as an opponent in the ring that he could actually have a good fight with. He went out there and basically he was bullshitting for what, 8 rounds? The first 2 rounds he was in a deep MMA stance. He was bullshitting. He was moving real slow. He got a good little hit in the 4th round. I know y'all saw that, right? Was it 4th, maybe 5th? But he got it 4th or 5th round where he put that motherfucker on what's called Queer Street. He knocked that motherfucker senseless, had him through the ropes looking crazy. And in my opinion, had he actually trained for this, got into the mental aspect of what boxing is and how to actually compete in boxing, he could have beat the fuck out of Jake Paul. However, he didn't. One of the things that happens in MMA is if you get into the ring and you hit somebody and you knock them down and you legitimately put them the fuck out, the ref is going to jump in and stop it, right? That's what, again, in my opinion, Tyron Woodley was doing. He was trying to get one good knockout. And it got to the point where in the 7th round, he was really trying to stalk this motherfucker and hit him with some heavy blows. However, the difference between boxing and MMA is you can get hit typically up to 3 times going down, right? You can get knocked down 3 times and get the fuck back up. So out of that time, had Tyron put him down in, let's say, the 8th round and knocked that motherfucker down cold, wow. All this motherfucker Jake Paul had to do was stand up. At that point, he would have won, what, 6 rounds to 8? But it didn't happen. So instead, in my opinion, again, I say it's my opinion because boxing it's one of those sports where everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes, right? But basically, he just wasn't prepared. I think he took an L. And rather than really take his L and accept it as something that he was ill prepared for and kind of take that mentality, at the end, well, you see this. This is embarrassing.
That one judge gave me 2 rounds is laughable. No disrespect, but fuck the Fury fight. Me and Jake need to run that back.
So you want an immediate rematch? Is that of interest to you?
Off the top, I want an instant rematch. Nobody gonna sell a pay-per-view like we did. The Fury ain't gonna do that. Of course I want a rematch. I felt like I won the fight. I felt like he was tough. I hit him, the ropes held him up. I landed more power shots. When he threw the shots, they were hitting my gloves. When he landed a clean shot, which he did, he landed clean shots. And I knew he had heavy hands. But I didn't hit the ground like his other opponents. I walked him down and I landed back. So let's run it back.
Does that interest you, Jake?
Hey, look, of course he wants the payday. You know, of course you want the payday. You had
the fight. I don't want the payday. I want to fight.
You had your opportunity. You had your opportunity.
So you don't want to fight me again?
I will.
I do.
Hey, you old news, fam. You had your chance.
Sorry. Logan.
You had your chance.
Fall back.
You had your chance. I was nothing but respectful to you right now.
You the one that got wobbled, almost sent through the rope. If these fucking ropes wasn't 7'2", you would have went through the ropes. I landed the power punches. You missed.
If you get the tattoo,
you're not scared of running back.
If you get the tattoo, I love Jake Paul. Let's run it back.
Bet. Let's go.
Deal.
Make a bet. Bet.
Deal.
My nigga, what are you doing? You got beat by the nigga from Bizarre Bark. You got beat by a social media star who was on the Disney Channel doing a show called Bizarre Bark, nigga. It's hard to even pronounce that shit on your first try. Like, you got handled by this nigga in the ring on points. You clearly were the better athlete, but you got handled by this nigga. Instead of taking your victory as a man and shutting the fuck up and going behind the scenes and doing the shit the right way, you barged in on his nonsense speech about bullying. You barged in on this motherfucker's nonsense speech, and then you asked him for an immediate rematch. And clearly he didn't have the mental wherewithal, because this is after a fight and he's exhausted, to really just kind of shut that shit down. So his brother stepped in, his corner said something to him in the background. And they told you, no, nigga, you had your chance, and they wanted to move on to greener pastures, right? He's doing this for a money aspect. He would be a fool to fight you on a rematch, because everybody knows you're going to go back and train because, well, hopefully, because you dilly-dally this time, but you're going to go back and train and beat this nigga's ass because he barely won. But instead of that, you went out here and you agreed to a goofy ass tattoo that says, I love Jake Paul, all so that you can get back in the ring with this nigga. It's times out here hard. Do you need the money? You got some baby mamas calling on you? What the fuck is going on where you would agree to some dumb shit like that? Why would you give this man, this motherfucker right here, why would you give him the power over you and go put the tattoo on? So now you're going to get back in the ring. You can come out probably to one of your songs again like a dumbass and hop in the ring with a tattoo that says, I love Jake Paul. Nigga, are you dumb?
You're so damn stupid. S-T-U-P. Stupid.
Now, not only did you give credibility to the Great White Hype, right? That's what he is at this point. You gave credibility to the Great White Hype. You made yourself look stupid and possibly have tainted your legacy. You've also made the MMA community look like it just ain't shit, because he'll never hop in the cage. So what exactly was the game plan here? To look like a bigger dummy? You've tainted your MMA legacy from being a Hall of Famer because you got in the ring with a social media star, a Disney motherfucker, who basically shit on you in the ring and embarrassed you. All because of what? Pride? Ego? You're 40. At a certain point, you gotta let this shit go. Now he's gonna be calling out MMA legends. He's gonna be calling out boxing legends, all because of your pride and your vanity. And personally, this makes you look like Jackass of the Year. Sha'Carri Richards ain't got shit on you at this point, nigga. You went out here talking all this shit, cash money shit, and then went over there and took a L. For what? This is the equivalent of a nigga being like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and dick you down. I'm gonna put that dick on you. You're gonna lose your mind. It's gonna be like The Exorcist. Your head gonna be spinning. And then you get over there and can't get it up. I'm gonna need you to do better. MMA needs you to do better. Hell, the black community needs you to look better out there. You can't be losing these random ass white boys with any old YouTube account. I'm gonna need you to get this shit together. But you know what? My rant is over. I ain't shit, and guess what? You ain't shit for watching.